Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 29-degree Thursday, the 9th of November. Man, it was a bitter cold one. Still cold. I think it's still 36. But yeah, last night and when we got up this morning, I was quite cold. Everything is all white and frosty. It was cold last night when I was out there with you guys. Whew. Once it gets down to that freezing point, it's pretty cold unless you bundle up good. But anyway, looks like there's a 75 or 80% chance of rain, but it looks like it all starts at about 4 p.m. So that'll be wonderful for our drive home tonight. But anyway, welcome to Thursday. From 29 degrees to 49 degrees. But it looks like that looks like fog up there. As soon as that breaks, we're gonna have some sunshine for a while.
Your fingers.
Yeah. Mama?
Yes, I have.
We've made it to Thursday.
We did. Just two left.
Yeah, just two. It seems crazy how fast that comes around, you saying that. It's like we're going to Mondays back around. It's like, wasn't that just like a couple days ago?
I know.
Man, it's crazy.
It goes down.
Time just flies on by.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, have yourself a wonderful Thursday.
You too.
And I'll see you as the day goes on.
All right.
All right, Mama. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Love you. See you. Bye.
Love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I'm done with this thing. I should probably take it for a quick little parking lot test ride. It's been sitting up as built last year. Another police bike with a clutch. It's not uncommon on this. The things they do with them, they're rough on clutches. I remember at school they were talking about it. You'll be doing a lot of R9 or not R9T. Tim and I were just talking about his R9T, but the RTPs, RT Police. You'll be doing a lot of clutches in them. We've done a few. They're rough on them. And then, they got training they go through, and, any of you guys that literally know how to ride a motorcycle know, you use your brakes and clutches to make maneuvers. If you don't know that, well, I'm sorry, you need some training. When you have the NAV hooked up to these things, do you know if you use the NAV 6 or the NAV 7, they are now, but if you're using that on there is a section that you can dig around in that NAV, and it's telling all your sins. It's telling you everything. There's a track record. It's pretty crazy that NAV's keeping all that information in there. But one of the things I noticed that I was hitting the rear brake. Did not realize I was doing it. Just been riding the way I ride for so many years that just didn't realize I was doing it. But I hit the rear brake almost twice as much as the front. And I'm literally one of these people that preach all the braking powers right there in the front. So I started paying attention to myself. This is years ago when I first got those demos that I was riding all the time. But so I started paying attention to what I was doing. And I'm doing that maneuver because I very seldom put my feet go on the ground when I come to a stop. Other than that, feet are never off the pegs. Never. For any reason. Other than, long trips, you let your foot dangle a little bit. And, make sure you do it on one of these. You do it on something low, your foot can't dangle or it's going to hit the ground. And that can be uncomfortable to say the least. Dangerous to boot. But anyway, it was me scrubbing brakes and the clutch when I'm doing different things. And I also discovered, you guys remember when the F750 and 850s first came out? And I was test riding and I go, the neutral light keeps going out. What's going on? The neutral light keeps going out. So I was bringing these things in and I got to where I was resetting the shift angle sensor as part of what I did during a PDI, because it would quit doing that. I'm going, and everybody's going, I've never seen it do it. I said, dude, this is literally, I just rode this bike. It does it. And he goes, I've never seen it. What I was doing, never knew this until, again, paying attention, just things I just naturally learned. There was no training. It's just like 2,000 years of riding motorcycles, I guess. But what I was doing is when I'm scrubbing the rear brake, without thinking, because you're always in first gear when you're doing that, because it's, slow maneuvering. You can make these things, you can stop at a stop sign and not put your foot down. You just got to pay attention to what you're doing, or I just been doing it so long I don't even pay attention to what I'm doing. But what it was, I was towing. It's already in first gear, so when I tow down on the shift lever, it can't go anywhere. But it was moving enough that the shift angle sensors weren't set perfectly in the right spot. And what it was doing is I was towing at slow speeds, and it's always when I was at slow speeds, I was towing the shift lever just like I was towing the brake lever. And if I pay attention to it, I still do it to this day. Always. The only ones I don't do it on is like, things with floorboards like the Slim and the Road King and stuff like that. Because, it's awkward to do it on one of those. I guess you could, but I don't. But the, shift lever, like mid pegs, it's close. I tow down. I'm towing down that shift lever at the same time I'm towing down the brake. Craziest thing. Let's take this lovely 2023 R1250GS Rally with an E. Take her for a rip. Just a quickie. It'll be a parking lot ride today. Oh, Tim, he is a side-by-side building fool. Feels good to sit down for a moment. Not that I've been that busy, I just haven't sat down. It's like a truck lost one of its shingles there, didn't it? This car know my intentions here. Oh, them crews feel so weird. Just gonna do an abbreviated parking lot ride. My boy's not in there today. Oh, Tim, boy, he sure loves that R9T. I love them things too. It's just so simple and like an overly proven motor. That motor came about, it was originally used as the HP2. Actually, it was developed to run Daytona in the Battle of the Twins. And then it was used in there was the HP2s. There was a very exotic road race bike. It's all carbon fiber and stuff. This is going back, a bit. And then there was it was street. I think, was there actually a full dirt version of it? I don't even remember. But really capable off-road version of it. And then it just trickled down into the touring bikes. The thing about it is the heads stick out much less than the models previous. Did a lot of work on that thing. It's really cool. It's got the radial 4-valve setup in it. You remember the old Honda RFVCs? Well, BMW made their own version of that. I've showed you guys the cams, how the cam lobes are cut at an angle and everything, so that, and the little sub rockers, the way they work, that's cool as heck. Man, them tires feel so strange. And I literally, 5 minutes before I rolled out, set tire pressures on it. This thing was built in January. Front and rear tires were 12 pounds low each. And even though they're, kind of dirt orient. I don't know what the percent of road dirt it is on these things, but you still, per BMW, you set them at 3642 psi. Of course, if you're off-roading, you know, you're gonna kick them down a little bit. I really like these GSs in the low chassis. They just feel like a hooligan bike to me. And if I was to get a GS, I mean, I would always go with a GSA first, but if I was to get a GS, I would definitely go with a low chassis just because of pure fun of it. You know, it's like everything that you squat the suspension on, it's a stiffer ride. You know, you can tell if the coin's heads up or heads or tails. Go in tight here, let you know I'm actually going to make this turn. Because I'm sure these car guys aren't used to a motorcycle turning into their parking lot. Oh, you know something? I did this last year too. These trees have the most beautiful colors. Where did I come down here? I think it might have been when it first... Whoa, that's another thing. They don't expect to see a motorcycle, just like people on the road. Trips them out. See, like when I scrub down on that brake lever or a shift lever, it just moves ever so fractionally. And most bikes do. You don't get the full throw out of it once it's in first gear. And yeah, when I scrub, like I'm like inadvertently just doing it now. When I do, you know, slow speed turns, you notice that you're in the friction zone of the clutch, a little scrub on the brake, the bike magically balances like no other. But yeah, I didn't until those F750 and 850s, early ones, where the shift angle sensor was slightly off. I didn't realize it was doing. I was trying to figure out what's going on. I think I'm blocked here. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure blocked. I got a big enough hole. Actually, I got a bigger hole right here. The rain's supposed to kick in about 4. I think that clock, dadgummit. Oh, no, it's correct. I was about to say, I thought I hooked up to this thing. The clock is set correctly. I always hook up to them, even if it's not in for anything. You gotta take a peek. You never know. They might have snuck in a software update that you hook up to it and tells you that needs to be flashed. Although that's very rare with BMW. Like BRP and all the other manufacturers, if there's anything, it'll let you know the second you hook up to it. A lot of times it's a bulletin only, but you hook up to it, you can see that the software version is newer than what the bike has, but we're not allowed to just randomly just flash these things. Yeah, we got in trouble for that once. Every time they'd come in for a service or whatever, we'd update it, because something's, not even the guys at BMW can tell you what's different. You know what you notice? Every time, you'll notice this every time, it's absolutely nothing. We have no idea what it is. You never know. Now, if there's a bulletin, you know, like there's that thing for that Shift Assist Pro, whatever, if you don't flash it, it can literally break the output shaft going to the drive shaft out of the back of the engine. Can snap that shaft. Something to do with how it blips the throttle and whatever, you know, when you do the Shift Assist Pro, was slightly out of tweak, and if you used it too much, and should yours be whatever out of whatever, we didn't get any great details on it. All it says is it needs to be flashed. It is not an optional thing. You need to flash it. But even that does not pop up and say, hey, this is in here, you need to do this. That's why you gotta do a VIN inquiry on every one of these things. Every one, every time. Never, ever, ever miss it. Got a big old garbage pile down here. All the massive beauty is slowly slipping away. There's still, you know, because trees are in their own cycle, so you're getting more that are showing up, but the main ones, like these cherry blossom things, they are just brilliantly red and beautiful. Those are mostly still that way down there, but the season moves on. Not a whole lot you can do about it. I was just hearing some whistling coming through my shield. That sounded fantastic. It's funny, the simple things that make you happy. Well, I guess this is the end of our short little parking lot ride. He was going to go around me if I turned. That's actually quite smart of him, actually. He's doing good. What in the world? I don't think that's pencil lead in there anymore. Yeah, I need to come out here with a glove and get rid of that. Yeah, there's something funky going on inside there. Who knows? What is, you know... I'm so glad I don't live in a big city anymore. I lived in Portland for 12 years, and I was young, and that was really cool. But, got that burn out of my system. Small towns only for me. Simpler life, nicer. Well, it's easier to find nicer people. Let's put it that way. You don't. The riffraff has a way of getting weeded out. That's not their world. But anyway, thanks for coming along for this wonderful 2023 R1250GS rally. Rally with an E. Alright. Well, hello there, YouTube. I don't know what the temperature, I forgot to look. It's actually kind of comfortable out here.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it was biting cold last night and this morning. Ooh, it was definitely cold. It's all crispy.
Yes, crispy.
Yep. Then the rains came. Yep, and it was a beautiful day all day, and then about an hour and a half before we left, the rain started in Vancouver, and it was an absolute downpour.
Yeah, it was yucky.
What was it, last week sometime we were talking about the crazy drive home. That was another one just like it.
Yeah.
We don't get that kind of crazy rain this
No.
time of year, you know. But
It's weird.
it is what it is. But made it home safely. Everybody was going slow and careful, thankfully. Everybody's being cordial. We're all in the same boat, you know, no craziness in that. But anyway, it's a good day. It's nice to ride that BMW. I was tinkering around with getting the clutch part on that police bike. I just want to make sure the basket's not bad. I've had one, and I think this cop was talking to the other cop about it, so he's concerned that his doesn't need the basket as well. So until the clutch pack comes in, I'll get that basket off and see if it needs it or not, because that brings it over their authorization. They got to go to a higher thing to get authorization. Basket's pretty expensive. The clutch is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think on that, we gonna roll.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Friday or Saturday.
Heck yeah. All right.
See you in the morning.
All right. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.